Hello and welcome to CIPD Bitesize. In this video, we're going to be looking at AC 3.3, which is advice on the importance of handling grievances effectively. And to do that, what we're going to do is what we always do is break the question down into its component parts, which we have done here, which is advice on the importance of handling grievances effectively. So what's really important when you start to think about handling a grievance effectively is how you approach this particular question. Now, CIPD have done advise, so there's a lot more of you in this than there would be. So first thing let's break down the verb advise. To give someone advice. This is you. This is you, and this is you giving advice. So again, the first action point on you is why you think it's important to handle grievances effectively. What do you think is really important about it? And then when you've given you need to prove it. So it's all very well and good to go, I think it's important because otherwise the moon will fall out of the sky and we'll all burn in a fiery pit of nothingness. Great. Can you prove it? No. So again, if you think it's important because it will improve staff retention, stuff like that, great. Find evidence to back up your theory, put it in there, make sure that it's included within the thing. So advise, to give someone advice. Why do you think it's important? Effectively prove it and stuff like that. So as always with the questions, we say top left-hand corner goes AC 3.3. That goes at the top. And you put that straight there, and then you put action point 1, why it's important to handle grievance effectively, evidence for handling grievances effectively. They're your two subheadings. That is a distinct summary. You have told them why you think it's important, and you have put some evidence there to it. Now, with 5HR01, you have 3,900 words and you've got 10 ACs, so you should have around about 390 words to answer this question. Don't think you need all 390 words. I think you'd probably get this done in 300 words. I think you'd probably get it done in slightly less if you do so choose, but why do you think it's important doesn't need a reference and a citation to it, because that's your opinion. But when you prove it in your action point 2, that's probably where you need a couple of references and a couple of citations and a couple of evidence to sort of reinforce why you've got that particular view, why you think it's important, why you think it's really essential that you handle grievances effectively. So just bear that in mind when you're answering this particular question. Now, in terms of resources, people management, workplace conflict costs, explaining why it's going to be really expensive if you just sort of don't handle them correctly. CIPD fact sheet, discipline and grievance at work, ACAS guide, discipline and grievance at work. These are the resources that we recommend to really sort of help you guide through this particular assessment, to really sort of help build out your answers and everything that you need to give the best possible answer to this question. And remember that there is a part of you within this, is part of your importance in this and stuff like that. So always try to remember that that's really important. Now, in terms of to help you with this, we've got a fictitious scenario, and in this, imagine a battleship, a massive battleship with thousands and thousands of guns on it, and every single gun is an employee. And if, for example, someone's unhappy about something, someone's been mismanaged, someone's been bullied by the workplace, and something and they complain and nothing happens, well, suddenly all those guns will go off together and there'll be a massive thing, and everyone will pull everyone in because HR haven't handled it effectively. You haven't dealt with the issue. So suddenly everything's fired, and then the battleship's completely left wide open. There's no more ammunition. There's nothing anymore because all the employees who are the bullets in this situation have just completely left. Because they've all backed the first person that had the grievance. So if you don't handle them effectively, then they're not going to just wait. People are just going to become disconnected, disobsessed, and the battleship will be left wide open, and then people can come in and sink it, and that organization could go really downhill quickly. So when you're advising on the importance of handling grievances effectively, imagine at that moment there is potentially conflict ready and a whole series of guns ready to go off of people just really unhappy. People want to pick sides, do this, and create chaos. If people trust HR is going to solve the problem quickly, everyone will just stay within their gun chamber. Like, it's all right, HR will handle it. HR will get it sorted. I trust in the process. I trust in what's being done. And that means being transparent. That means being open. That means being able to tell people exactly what you expect on what's going to happen. That means not picking a side. This is one of the really tricky parts of HR. This is where HR gets a lot of hate. This is one of the areas where HR gets a lot of struggle, because you're dealing with situations where you're dealing between manager and you're dealing between employee, or you're dealing between two staff members, and you have to be that middle. So if you go back to some of the previous questions, arbitration, mediation, conciliation, and things like that, these are all the elements. But imagine everything you've got is, you need to stop that first warning shot from the battleship's gone, there's a grievance, and you need to shut the ship down before it all just goes haywire and guns start firing everywhere and the ship's just completely left open ocean without any sort of support backup or anything like that. That's HR's job. HR's job is to go, don't worry, we've got this sorted. And as long as you can do that, you're answering this question. Now remember, there is you in this question, so they do expect you to give your view on this, but also evidence, research, stats, data, information is going to reinforce your viewpoint. You don't think the moon's going to fall out of the sky. If you don't deal with the grievance effectively, make sure that obviously it's realistic and it's important for what you do from a work perspective. But absolutely best of luck with this unit. I'm sure you'll absolutely smash it. Any questions or anything like that, obviously you can get in touch with us, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.